Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, are not happy with their employer, the federal government, and they have plans to embark on a one-day nationwide protest over the payment of half salaries to lecturers by the federal government in October. Let's now get to hear from the leadership of ASUU. I'm being joined by Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, who is the president of ASUU. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
What is going on? We are in November.
Yes.
But at the end of October, what happened to your salaries?
Well, at the end of October, we were surprised that for the first time in the history of academics, we are hearing prorated payment, which is against all the rule of all the university, against the condition of service of all the university. But the condition of every university can go around. If you are employed before 15th of February, before middle of the month, you are paid your full salary. And this one is even different because we were on strike and the legislative arm of government intervened. And because we trusted them, I thought they were speaking for the government, because they also met with the president, we were quite sure that the issue would be resolved in the interest of Nigerian students, in the interest of the parents, in the interest of our country. But to our surprise, the Accountant General Office decided to pay what some people refer as prorated, some refer as half, some refer as whatever. And it is very sad because if you look at it, professors who are on the same salary scale, some got 200,000, some got 180, some got 90, and what have you? They just pay whatever.
Is that the first salary you'll be getting for the last 8 months?
Yes, not 8 months, yes.
None of your members was paid any salary?
Nothing. So that is how we have done.
Are you surprised that the federal government is taking this move? You've heard from the minister that it is no work, no pay.
It is so sad that we have such a person as a minister. And the question we have asked ourselves, and I think Nigeria to ask, can a Minister of Labour direct the Minister of Finance on what to do? The answer is no. We are under the Ministry of Education. And we thought anybody that can give such directive, who monitor what we do through the NUC, is the Minister of Labour, of Education.
The Ministry of Education is your employer?
It's our employer. So
what is the role of the Minister of Labour?
He has nothing. He's an interloper, like we have used the word before.
But he was a conciliator. The ministry was a conciliator. The minister was a conciliator.
The issue, if you are calling conciliator, it has gone beyond him. He has gone to court, which means he has lost his rights as a conciliator. Once he had taken this case to industrial court, which means he has lost that his role as a conciliator. He has no say again. But he's still interloping. And we have found that it was still actually wrote to the Minister of Finance, personally, not directed, that he should stop our salary.
Do you think this is personal?
It's just personal. If you have taken the case to court.
Why do you think it's personal?
Well, that question you should ask him. That you should be asking, because we are surprised. Because having taken the case to the court, by all right, his hands are tied. He has no business with what we do. It's the Minister of Education who we are working, and the speaker who intervened, on whose intervention we call up the strike because of the issue. He said that one, they are going to pay us back. You read it's all over the paper, backlog of our salary, because ASUU is different from other union. You can go, you can as you can send your member around all Nigerian universities. What we are doing now is doing what we could do to clean up what we have in the bag. In my university, we are starting an exam in 2 weeks' time on 2020-2021 academic session. Then when we finish immediately, we won't have break, we will start 2021, 2022. And maybe by next year, we'll be able to meet up with it, because we'll forfeit our leave, forfeit our holidays.
So it is official. That's what you have directed all your members.
Yes.
That you need to catch up.
And they are doing exactly. You can go around. Like I said, it's better go and check what they are doing.
So the worry was that how would you be able to catch up on the lost 8 months that you have been on strike compared to other private universities? Because you look at it, if there was anyone that was admitted on October last year into the university across board, whether private or public, they are made in the public where your members are operating, had gone on strike since February. That means some of them who had entered in 100 level perhaps will be concluding or will be in 200 level by now. But their mates in public university will still be in the first semester of 100 level. So how do you think, because by next year, they will be in 300 level, how do you think that they can catch up?
I will explain to you. A typical session in the university is 32 weeks. 2 weeks first semester, 16 weeks first semester, 16 weeks second semester, which is 32 weeks. In a normal session, at the end of those 32 weeks, the lecturer go on what we refer to as vacation. Time for you to mark your script, time for you to do all you want to do your research on vacation, mostly between 2 and 3 months. Then you come back in September, October, and start a new year. What our members are going to do, they will sacrifice that leave, or you call it vacation, and spend it so that a typical year is about 56 weeks or so.
So it's a directive?
Yes, so our members, it's a 52.
No, I'm asking that this is not discretionary. It is a directive from ASUU to all lecturers.
Yes, you can.
That is what you've done.
You see, we synergize with the vice chancellors and pro-chancellors. And you can ask any of them, you can call any of them. So what we'll do now is that if you remove 32 from 50, I can't remember, 50-something weeks, you have a whole session, a semester. Another semester that you are going to cover within the year by sacrificing your leave and whatever. So in the next 2 or 3 years, these same people who were admitted will graduate the same thing because we are going to make sacrifice to cover the backlog of what we're supposed to do during those strikes. That's what has happened all over the time. We are forgiving our leave, forgiving our time. Not because we created it, because the government created it. If government had intervened when we started the strike, or if they had intervened before we started the strike, when NIREC and co intervened, we wouldn't go on strike. If they had come on to discuss with us and reach an agreement within 1 or 2 weeks, there won't be a strike. As I speak to you, the University of California is on strike. You read it. I can assure you, it will not last 3 days because they value education. They will intervene immediately and resolve it.
Because the calculation was that sometimes early October was when the court said university lecturers should resume work. And we had the Minister of Labor here who said he's expecting the university lecturers to go back to work. And were you assuming that almost a week and a half was gone in that October before your colleagues went back to work? Or can you remember vividly what date you went back to work?
Let me explain to you. We went back to work on 2 grounds. One is the industrial court ruling, one intervention by the Speaker of the House of Rep. You are aware of it?
Yes.
The industrial court ruling, and by the advice of our legal advisor, that until you get the certified true copy of the judgment, you cannot obey it. Because you don't know what the judgment, you get it to certified true copy.
When did you get it certified?
We got it certified just a few days to when we call out the strike.
When was that?
I can't remember the exact date.
But it was in the mid of October.
Close to the day the time we call out the strike. You can check.
So I'm saying that you did not, if your colleagues resumed work in October, you probably wouldn't have worked for the whole of October. You had worked perhaps only for 2 weeks.
Let me explain to you.
Is that a fact?
It's not correct. Let me explain to you. University lecturers are not casual laborers, and there's no way it is in the world. The civil service work from 8 to 4. That is working hour. You are aware of that. Academic can work from 6 to 8 in the night. So we are not casual laborers. We are not paid on daily basis. If you try to casualize university lecturer, you have killed the system. You can ask anywhere in the world. You can ask anywhere in the world. If you are an adjunct, you come to teach maybe 2 weeks in a semester and teach the course. So university lecturers are not casual laborers. You talk about prorated payment when you're talking about casual. So
explain to Nigerians, perhaps those who do not understand what not get what the prorated payment means. What does it mean?
Prorated payment that you are paying people per day, per working hour.
That's what federal government did.
That's what they are saying, which is against the rule.
Have they paid that money?
Which
money? Salary, the prorated October prorated salary.
Well, we said that they paid some 200. They pay whatever they liked using IPs.
Did you get your own?
I got a pittance. University lecturers are not casual laborers.
So now
you cannot casualize university. You see, let me tell you what we are doing, Sean. You know what they're doing? They are casually, very calculatedly killing the Nigerian public universities in their own interest. Most of them have private universities. They have their children abroad. You are casualizing academics,
so
professors.
Let me.
It's so sad. It never happened anywhere in the world.
So what was your? Because I understand that your colleagues are making a move. What's the move about?
Move for what?
To protest the.
Is anything wrong in protesting when you are hot?
I'm asking what the action.
No, they have a right. I remember have a right to protest because they have been hot.
So what was the action going to be?
Well, you had it now. They had congresses to brief the public. Very simple.
What is the action?
Action?
Yes.
They had a congress. After the congress, they went out and rally and briefed Nigerian people. When you join, you look at the one in Lagos today. Even the ordinary students join, the parents join, the civil society, they all join because they know it's wrong. You can check what happened in Lagos.
So you are saying that you will be absent from the classroom. That's what.
Please, we had meetings. If I'm having a meeting, does that mean I'm from classroom? Is that a strike? Is academic not entitled to have meetings?
Let me allow you to listen to what the Minister of Labor said on this program.
Well, you can. I won't listen.
No, let Nigerians.
I will listen because
Nigerians will be the judge.
I don't give a damn about that minister.
No.
I don't work under him. I work with the Minister of Education. I won't listen to whatever he's saying.
I know you are upset about this matter, but what we're looking for is a solution to the education problem.
He is not looking for a solution. He should allow the Minister of Education to handle this issue. He should allow the Speaker, the number 4 man in the country. He's number 4th man in the country.
What did the Speaker say to you? He said that you should go back to work and all your backlog was
all over the place. He wrote to us. I will give you a copy of the letter. He wrote to us, signed.
That what?
That they will pay backlog of the salary. They will, all sorts of things. They are there. I will send it to you.
All right. Let's listen to him.
You can listen to him.
And hear what he said. He said the federal government cannot afford all of this.
The Minister of Labor is not the federal government.
Let's take a listen to him.
Yeah, you can.
Saying 470 billion.
Yeah.
Allocated for wage structure review and stuff.
So you are saying that the federal government does not have what it
the
takes.
federal government is doing their own as per the conditionality of ability to pay.
But at the moment, you do not have it. Is that what it means? You don't have the wherewithal to be able to meet their demands.
Immediately now.
Yes.
It's in the 2023 budget. That is what education.
We are in 2022. We are in 2022.
No.
I'm saying immediately you do not have what it takes to meet their demands.
Of course. I'm happy that they have been told to go back.
Which is what
to the classroom.
Which is what you were praying the court to do.
Yes. National Industrial Court.
Leaving your obligation to them, but you wanted court to force them back.
No, it's not my obligation. My hands were tied.
On what?
But after 6 months, they have not called off a strike even when my office has apprehended it. Section 18 says you must, when apprehension is done, you call off.
That's a portion of the interview with the Minister of Labor. So he said his hands were tied.
You see,
and he said there were no payment. In fact, another portion of this interview, he said the time of promises that cannot be fulfilled is gone, and that all of those promises that are being made, that the federal government may not be able to fulfill it until next year, and those kind of demands have been captured in the next year budget. I'd like to get your reaction.
Let me explain this to the Nigerian people. Nigerian people should listen to me. When you look at the agreement that we reach with the New Bridge Committee, we have provided the opportunity to fund this system without passing through this, what he's talking about. In 1992, similar thing happened in 1992. And the Babangida government said, well, how can we fund this? And we gave them the means, which is the third fund today. In this agreement, we also have outlined what Nigeria should do without passing through this normal process to fund education. But they are not interested in reading those areas. They are looking at the monetary value without looking at the system. Any country without any ingenuity or how to raise money, as we are today, depending on petroleum, which is gone, you are heading for disaster. And we have provided that in the agreement, but they are interested in looking at that. So I want to say this. Minister of Labor is not the Nigerian government. It's not. The person who can talk about finance is the Minister of Finance. The person who can talk about education is the Minister of Education. But you now appropriate all these issues. You are not the government. The Minister of Labor is now the government.
Is he not a part of the federal government?
But he's not the government.
He's a minister on the cabinet.
If he has said, I am the letter I wrote to the Minister of Finance, if he had I am directed by the president then it's the government. When you say, I am directing you, minister to minister, it's not the government. If you do that, you have chaos. The Minister of Science and Technology would go to you.
So you think that this crisis is a direct personal crisis between you, ASUU, and the Minister of Labour?
You see, let me explain. You all watch him. When this strike started, he appropriated that he was the one who intervened. After about 5 months, you remember, he went to air that he had handed over. That he had never to Minister of Education. We should go to the Minister of Education and deal with the Minister of Education. We should leave him alone. You had it. It's all over. He announced on this even on channels. And we went to the Minister of Education and we are resolving the issues. He jumped in again. He jumped in again and went to court. The same man who said, I'm no more interested, go and sort out with your own minister, and went to court against the rule. When you have gone to court, it's no more within your power. It's not in the third arm of government, with judiciary. So why is he stepping in again? If I sue you to court today, and I start acting on the issue, it's prejudicial.
So what is your next line of action now, since the House of Reps Speaker says you will get your money? That is the promise he made.
Yes.
But the federal government said they don't have the capacity.
The federal government have not said so.
The minister said so.
The minister, I have told you over and over again, the Minister of Labour is not federal government. Why? So what the Minister of Education says is not correct.
So you don't respect what the Minister of Labour says?
If we want to hear from our own Minister of Education, not Minister of Labour. Are we under Minister of Labour? It's education within the public. If you're going to go and defend budget in National Assembly, would the Minister of Labour go and defend the Minister of Education budget?
I spoke with the Minister of Education.
Yes.
And he said it is no work, no pay, no going back on that.
Yes. And the Speaker said what when you spoke? Have you spoken with the Speaker?
No, I have not spoken,
so
but I've seen this. I've seen this statement. That's what I'm saying. So you are saying that you want to hear from the Minister of Education, and I'm saying I've spoken with both of them.
We have not told us. What I'm saying, whatever the Speaker, the Minister of Education, is the one that's our minister.
But he has said no going back on, no work, no pay. He had an interview with China.
You're also aware that the Pro-Chancellor and VC met with the President of this country, and it was well recorded.
So
and listen. And said, give me time, I will get back to you. You had it.
Mm-hmm. So
that's from the president.
So you take the...
Wait, the Speaker went to him and said, give me time, I will also speak. We are waiting on that, not ministers. Because that had gone beyond the ministers.
So you are taking the words of the Speaker seriously?
The Speaker had given us time, and we have called him, he said, give me some time.
Let me ask you, Prof.
Yes.
I can imagine, to be a professor, you probably will spend nothing less than 27, 30 years on this job.
Yes.
Yeah, in the academics. From your own point of view, I mean, you have said on this program, times without number, that the education system is in comatose. If there's a problem. If there is one thing that you would tell the President of Nigeria today to fix the education system, what would that be? Imagining that the President is watching you right now. What would your suggestion be?
I would be so happy if the President is watching us.
Let's imagine he's watching right now.
Yes. 2 days ago, the Central Bank said, it was reported that the Central Bank indicated that in the past 7 years of this regime, we have paid $3.5 billion as school fees in another country. More than 3 times of what has been spent by this government in education in Nigeria. If the system is working, that money will be in Nigeria. That money, $3.7 billion we have paid to that country, we use to develop our infrastructure. If the system is working, we have foreign students we have in this past being here paying us $1. If it's working, we'll have people who will now be able to be trained in good laboratories in such a way that no Nigerian leader will run abroad for treatment. You attend our teaching hospitals. If Nigeria is working, we'll produce students who can think for the system. Graduates who can think for the system, who have the good practicals. 21-story building will not be collapsing. If we have a working university system, we'll be so happy and be happy and be proud of our universities, our secondary schools, our polytechnic, our college education, our primary schools. I want to appeal to the President that in the interest of future generation of Nigeria, in the interest of pride of Nigeria as giant of Africa, that we should ensure that our students don't run to Ghana, run to Benin, run to Kenya for universities. Rather, students from those who should come here to get quality education.
All right.
So I appeal to the president that in the interest, resolve this issue and stop this drain of our intellectuals who are going on brain drain, who are running out of the country, our doctors who are running out of the country,
right,
in the interest of this country. And I appeal to the president that in the interest of this country, of these poor people's children who cannot afford to go abroad, we must change the trajectory in such a way that our university will be the best as it was in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, thank you so much for your time tonight. Professor Oshodeke is the president of the Association of University Lecturers. Thank you so much indeed for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.